Hey fam, how are we going? Today is an exciting day. We're going to talk to 5 medical students about what we wish we knew before going into medicine. There's a lot of useful tips here and a lot of interesting insights. And if you're a junior medical student, this is also really useful for you because there's a couple of tips that we wish we had known earlier in our medical degrees as well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Medico Sil. We make videos about all things healthcare, but we try to make it fun. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. Boom!
Hi, my name is Izzy.
Hi, my name's Sandy.
Hi, my name's Steph.
Hi, my name is Brandon. One thing I wish I had known before I got into medicine would be the performance aspect of examinations. It's a lot less academic than I thought. Another thing I didn't expect was, I guess, the volume of information we had to know. It's sort of like we get told so many different things, and it's a lot of self-study to do, which I wasn't expecting either. I think from high school you're just sort of being spoon-fed lectures and lecture slides and all that stuff, but in uni it's very different. So lots of Googling, lots of Wikipediaing and self-directed learning.
So what I wish I knew before medicine. Probably one of the biggest lessons, especially when you're doing a longer degree, is that in the first few years it can be very tempting to get sucked into the med bubble. And while that can be very good, and like of course you want to have friends that understand what you're going through, I think for me I learnt that it's really important to make sure you maintain friendships outside of med and have other hobbies and other friendship groups to look to, because otherwise you just get obsessed and you lose perspective on kind of marks and they're significant and all the pressure you're under. Whereas for me, usually I go away on the weekends to the mountains with my friends that have nothing to do with med, and that's really helped me being able to study better actually and just maintain perspective. And then the second thing is use Anki. Which is a flashcard app, or any flashcard app. Especially in later years, you have a lot of downtime on the ward rounds, and that's kind of time that can be really well utilized, which people don't use. So I try and make sure I'm revising during that, and that's helped me be able to have my weekends free. So I don't study on the weekends, and I still have a very good grade. So you can do it.
Probably that you don't make as much money as your Asian parents tell you. I think the main thing is probably mental health. But I also, the good thing about med is that you learn about mental health a lot, and I think there's a strong emphasis on that, which is good. But also, yeah, it's a taxing job. You see a lot of things that you normally don't see, and it can be quite confronting. But at the same time, you come to terms with a lot of these things, which is good. So there's a strong mindfulness movement at the moment. Mindfulness is step 1, and then you need 2 more steps, which is compassion and empathy. But again, med made me concentrate a lot more on that. Reaching out to friends a lot more. And then talking to older doctors, a lot of autobiographies and biographies. Good, because then you get an actual knowledge of what being a doctor is like. I think a nice, beautifully written one is when breath becomes air. Thanks, Sil.
So when I think about what I wish I had told myself earlier in my life, but specifically before going into medicine, I just wish I knew earlier that you won't know it all. You can't know it all. There's too much information out there. And so actually, one of the most important skills is not being the smartest person in the room, but just being really resourceful. Knowing which resources to use and knowing which resources not to use. Every specialist you talk to will tell you that Their specialty is the most important specialty, and if you'll just read this one textbook over the weekend, you'll know what you need to know. And it's bollocks. The truth is, as a student, you can't read a textbook on every specialty. And so you have to be quite selective with what resources you choose to learn from. So let me tell you what the most important resource that I've ever come across in all of medicine, and even in my undergrad as well. It was this. Like and subscribe. I'm kidding, okay. It was this. Senior students, the year above. Okay, I don't know how they're not getting paid for the amount of work they do. They put notes together, they give you insights into how exams will run. They've done what you're doing, okay? So talk to them. That's helpful if you're a med student, but if you're a pre-med student trying to get into medicine, look, if I was talking to myself as a pre-med student, I think the thing that I just wanted to kind of lock into my brain is that medicine's long, and you know that, okay? You're not going into medicine knowing that it's just a quick fix, but it's long. But finishing medicine doesn't mean you stop learning at all. I mean, you are going to be a student until you're like 45 when you become a consultant, right? But even when you're a consultant, you're still going to be learning from other consultants, reading all the papers, like keeping up to date on the literature. And when you see like 35-year-olds talk to their consultants, like 35-year-old trainee doctors talk to their consultants, it's very similar to a medical student talking to their lecturer. Okay, there's the teacher and the student. So don't think that you're just gonna smash out, 4 to 6 years of study and then you're just gonna be this independent doctor that can just run the show. You won't be. You need to be more humble than that. And considering how long you're gonna be a learner for, the next thing to really remember is that it's a marathon. Do not sprint. Maintain that life balance and relationships with your friends and your hobbies, etc. And just a final point, I did the UMAT 3 times, and my first UMAT I got 43rd percentile, so basically like 43 out of 100. Second time I got 60, okay? So my first 2 scores were terrible, and I basically failed both of them. But don't give up, just keep trying. In my 3rd attempt in the UMAT, I got in the high 90s, and then I got the interview, and then that's how I got into medicine. So you're not allowed to give up, all right? You're just not allowed.
I wish I'd known before med school that if you really persist and are passionate about getting into med school, most of the time you'll make it in. Just persist and really keep going at it, I guess.
Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that video. And if you have any ideas or any requests for any videos that you're interested in seeing, put them in the comments below. Finally, it is my birthday coming up, and I have only one little birthday request from all of you. Please share this video with one of your friends. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video.